Anthropic CEO Dario Mode often says in his essays and public interviews that AI is going to become overwhelmingly powerful. But recently, Anthropic made it clear exactly how soon and how well that is going to be. Anthropic isn't just trying to make Claude a better chatbot or something better or better at coding only. Their actual stated plan is to delegate AI development work directly to the AI systems themselves. Think about the evolution of how we interact with technology. In 2020, it was just a person typing on a computer, searching on the internet manually. In 2023, we got the chatbots with whom you can talk just like we talk to each other humans. In 2025, we have got AI agents which need even less information to do much more complex tasks. Even the METR's time horizon graph is also growing exponentially, and right now in 2026 we are beginning to see a rough diagram of that loop. Autonomous agents working on and improving other autonomous agents. This is what's called recursive self-improvement, where an AI begins to improve itself at an exponentially increasing pace. A less smarter AI agent developing a slightly more smarter agent than that AI agent developing a more slightly smarter AI agent. The AI agents will just get slightly smarter, but overall they will begin to get exponentially smarter. It's not something very far away, like 10 years or even 5 years. It's something that is happening right now. Even inside Anthropic today, Claude is writing 80% of the code, and it's not just basic boilerplate code. It's actively solving complex problems and building exploratory tools along with the collaboration from researchers. It notes, and the metric that actually shows the real progress is that in April 2024, Claude shipped 800 code fixes to reduce API errors. If human engineers were to do that, it would have taken them 4 years of manually tracking, finding, and patching those bugs. Claude did it all in just 1 month. The model's success rate on open-ended problems has also jumped significantly from 50 to 76% in just 6 months. And because of this insane velocity, the benchmarks that we use to test AI models' capabilities are also getting saturated fast. SWE Bench, which tests for real world complex engineering problems, was saturated in just 2 years. Core Bench, slightly harder, which tests models' complex research capabilities, saturated in just 15 months. The perspiration, the raw, the hard execution of coding has reached human parity. So the AI that is producing code at an unbelievable speed. But as we know, whenever you speed up one part of a system, it breaks the next restriction. It exists everywhere in physics, in biology or chemistry. The weakest link in a loop is always the bottleneck, the problem that we have to solve next. AI's execution is spectacular, but AI still fundamentally struggles to decide what to work on. And this again creates a massive bottleneck. AI generates thousands of lines of flawless code, but a human still has to review it, and humans are inherently slow. Thanks to something called Amdahl's law, human review has become the ultimate restriction, the ultimate bottleneck in that system. We are shifting from being code writers to code reviewers, and we simply cannot keep up with the machine that produces code so fast. But there's a deeper, more philosophical problem here that Anthropic highlighted, and it's something to think about. Work and honestly, human life runs on a gift economy. You ask a colleague for a little help regarding your problem, work related or personal life related. It creates a little social debt, and you build a relationship around that. The person again asks you a favor back, and over the time, you both become friends. And that friction is where human collaboration is born, creative ideas arise. Claude is faster, better, but by being so flawless and so fast, it quietly steals the opportunity for human collaboration. So, what is our advantage? As of right now, the comparative advantages of humans is still in seeing the bigger picture, in thinking beyond the confines of immediate risk, in having what researchers call a research taste. Edison said that genius is 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration. Well, the 99% part can be done by AI, not physically. The hard part is doing that 1% job that we humans do very well. We are no longer the writers, but we are the editors in charge of this AI automated world. Dario Amodei has made it clear AI is incredibly powerful. Society is definitely not ready, and nation need to step in to control this race. But because the rate of improvement is compounding so aggressively, we are looking at three possible futures. The first one was that this trend stalls. The curve over the time just flattens, scaling data and compute isn't enough anymore, and we need a brand new architecture to move forward. Or maybe we keep searching for that architecture but never find it. Or there could be other issues. We ran out of chip supplies or a global data center shortage. The laws stop us from growing further. The models get frozen in their current state, and this is highly unlikely, but it's the scenario which gives humans adaptive time, the maximum time that is needed to adapt to the AI world. Current AI models, even if frozen in their current state, are definitely much more powerful than we can think of. It's just it will take some time for us humans to experiment and find ways to use those AI models in our life, just how it took 15-20 years to figure out internet for us humans. Maybe it will take a shorter time, but it definitely needs much more time for AI tech to mature. Well, moving on to the second part, which is compounding efficiency. The AI gets exponentially better at executive tasks, but research taste, well, it never acquires it. AI helps us scale things, productivity explodes, but individual roles also shift. We become true collaborators, managing swarms of AI agents. We still keep our hands on the steering wheel, the brake pedal, or even the clutch. The AI is just driving in the straight line, like how level 2 ADAS does that. The supervision is still needed. The AI can do the tasks that we give it. But the third scenario is much more likely to appear and is as dystopian as it appears to be utopian. This is the one that changes everything. AI development efficiencies, the algorithms training, the deep inference code are completely taken over by AI. Less and less is done by humans. We are pushed entirely to the margins, left doing only basic oversight and validation. Maybe that won't be needed anymore. And this path has the least certainty when it comes to alignment. If governments use this self improving AI for mass surveillance or tailor made manipulation, it scales faster than we can stop it. And the scary part, well, slowing down won't help at all, because if good actors pause, it simply gives bad actors, the reckless people, the time to get ahead of the leading AI models. The people who are trying to save the humanity will just get left far behind, and bad actors will finally take over. So that part is impossible and most likely to occur both at the same time. When humans originated, we were primarily consumers. We were consuming plant materials, animal materials, and other things. Around 10,000 years ago, we finally became producers. We started farming, produced things on our own, and then around 50 years around 50 years ago, internet was born, where everything was done by humans. We were the people scrolling the internet, reading the articles, writing the articles, generating those websites. But all of that is now becoming increasingly automated. When a technology gains the capacity to compound its own intelligence, shifting from a chatbot to a system that codes, optimizes, and iterates itself, it's like becoming on pause. The distance between science fiction and reality completely collapses. The loop is definitely closing. The global internet traffic is now much more bots than actual humans. And among all this, the only question that is left is, Are we preparing our minds to direct the system, or are we content to just watch it build itself and there would be nothing in our hands to do about that? And this is what the video was about. If AI gets automated, what will we do? The AI just produces and consumes, improves itself, and we just become a smaller part of that consumer share. What do you think will happen? Tell me in the comments. If you have any other idea for any other video, tell me that also in the comments. Till then, see you again soon. Bye bye. Also, I was thinking of making the videos in Hindi. What do you think? Should I switch to Hindi? Because in English the retention and attention both are very slow. I am trying to improve myself, so let's see what happens. But tell me if you have any suggestion for me. This is the final. Bye bye.